Identity theft, PNC Bank, Barclays, Green Dot, which I guess is Walmart, Navy Federal Credit Union, and the list goes on and on. All of these are accounts that have been opened in my name, but not by me. And that's what we're going to be talking about today: identity theft and internet scams. From data breaches to internet scams, it's important to stay informed these days. I've personally been affected by identity theft, and not because I clicked on an email and got hacked that way, but a data breach, and I'm not even sure which one, since there are so many. And unfortunately, I've been dealing with this situation for years.
Most recent breach was Dell and AT&T.
But even the healthcare systems have been breached, which has all your personal information. So the list is very long, and that's what we're going to be discussing today, so you can stay safe. I'm going to cover a variety of ways that the scammers are going to try to get you. You're probably aware of some of these, and some you're probably not. One of the easiest ways for a scammer to dupe you is through your email. It's called phishing. I personally get 5 or 6 of these a day. Now, while I've gotten pretty good at spotting them, these scammers are getting very sophisticated, and it's making it much more difficult to determine if it's fake or not. Which is why you should invest in a smart, simple online tool to protect your family from financial fraud, internet scams, and identity theft.
Which brings me to today's sponsor, Aura.
So I'd like to tell you about Aura. It's a powerful online tool that you can use across all of your devices. It's your best buddy, working in the background hard to monitor your personal information and credit. The odds of falling victim to an online crime is now 1 in 4.
As a matter of fact, in 2022, Americans lost over $10 billion in online crime, outpacing home burglary.
Having a tool like Aura will give you peace of mind, especially knowing since there's a $1 million insurance policy in the unfortunate event that you do have identity theft. I mean, nobody wants to have their credit destroyed or their bank accounts plundered. And Aura is the sponsor of today's video. It's a good idea to take steps to protect yourself, and you can get a 2-week free trial today by using the link below. It'll also be in the description box below. I think once you start using Aura, you'll find you can't live without it. It can take years to recover from just one scammer getting your personal information. I've got a very thick file to prove it. You don't want this to happen to you, so start your free trial today. Okay, let's talk about some scams. Okay, first up, there's the job offer scam. I'm sure you've seen one of these. In this particular scam, you receive an unsolicited email offering you a job, probably not even in the field you work in, but it sounds just a little bit too good to be true.
This scam can work a variety of ways. First, the scammer contacts you, and they're of course polite and professional with that job offer, and they initiate an interview. This is most often through email, video chat, or text messaging. Shortly after the interview, they award you with the job opportunity and provide you with a number of employment documents. Of course, this is where you fork over all of your personal information, your banking information, social security numbers, home address, even a copy of your ID card. Now they have everything they need to assume your identity if they like, but often these scams involve sending you your payments with a money order or check. And of course, they send you a check or money order larger than what was agreed upon. Then they'll ask you to send back the difference. You only find out later that that is a fraudulent check.
Now you're out all that money. Next up, the lottery scam. That's right. You typically receive an email with this scam claiming you've won the lottery. Yep, you have won. To claim the prize, you will be asked to pay a fee. Yeah, the scammers will often say that these fees are to cover like government fees or taxes. Sure. And they start asking you for some personal information because they got to pay those taxes. So you give them the personal information. Now you're a victim of identity theft. The beneficiary scam. You heard of that one? Yes, you get an email. It says you're akin to some royalty. You know, the Nigerian prince who died and left you millions, where they need to collect some personal information before they send you the money. And the middle guy also, he wants to help you get that money, you know, for a small fee. They're getting your identity and they're getting cash. Dating scams. Now, I just don't know how people fall for these, but apparently these people are good. You meet somebody on a dating app and things are going well, really feel authentic, they say just the right thing. Next thing you know, they need a favor, they need you to send them a little money. Don't do that.
I sold my home in May. The reason being is that I had no more money. When the Secret Service called me and he said, you know, you have been a victim of a romance scam, and when he said there wasn't even a Santos around, that was hard to get my brain wrapped around. I'd never been around people of that character.
What do you worry about the future?
Me not being out on the streets because I don't have any money.
You know, honestly, that one really makes me mad because they do it to a lot of older, particularly women. It's just wrong.
The natural disaster scam.
That's right. Happens all the time here in Florida. You know, we have a storm and everybody's got damage. Next thing you know, there's a fake website, you know, for donations. They're hard to spot. Always double and triple check the URL. Look who owns the URL. You can go to a domain search and see who owns that URL. And speaking of domains, if you own a business, I have one right here. This domain renewal. I get these all the time where they want you to renew your domain and it's not where you purchase your domain. I purchase my domains through GoDaddy, but there's this other company that just arbitrarily sends me a request for money. Now, they may truly be able to renew my domain, but they increase the price and it's not through GoDaddy. So they're just a middleman trying to sneak in to make some money. There's plenty of those out there. Even when you go to renew your business registration. Every year here in Florida, I've got to send $150 to the Department of State to renew my business license. I got another piece of mail and it said $200 to renew my business license. Well, it's always been $150. I go and look it up and then I look at the address and it's not from the Department of State. It's some middleman who's looking to pay my license and collect $50 for the privilege of doing it when I can just go online and pay it myself. A lot of people fall for this type of situation. The fake website looking for donations and business renewals for domains, business licenses. All these people can try to trick you into giving them your money. The computer repair scam. Yeah. Sometimes you click on a link or go to a fake website and all of a sudden your computer starts flashing that there's something wrong with your computer and you gotta call this number right away. It's a scam. I just turn my computer off when that stuff happens. Power it down. Do not call that number. The text message scam. I get these all the time. Don't ever click on a link on a text message if you don't know exactly who is sending it to you. They have the fake packages from UPS. Most of those links are going to put malware on your phone, and then they start spying it on you and getting your information. If you don't know who it's from, just delete it. Not only can you get these through text messages, you can get these through like Facebook Messenger. Somebody sends you a video to look at with a link, don't click on it. If you ever get a text from your bank telling you they're gonna close your account, you need to call this number right away, don't call the number. Just go to the internet, double check what your bank's number is, call them directly and make sure that everything's okay. They're hoping you're gonna fall asleep at the wheel, pick up the phone and call, or click on the link. Or maybe they've told you you've won a huge prize you got it via text message. That one's always tempting. And now, these scammers are using AI.
Warning tonight about AI imposters.
That's right. We're talking about scammers who can clone your voice using artificial intelligence. Fox 5's Arthur Chan spoke to experts to find out how to make sure you don't become their next victim.
Often this scam is used to dupe you out of cash to help a loved one who says they're in jail and need bail money, or even worse, that they're being held hostage and you need to pay the ransom.
Your bank should never call you and ask you for personal information. Your credit card should never call you and ask you for personal information. Nobody calls you. The IRS does not call you and ask you for personal information. If anybody calls you and asks you for personal information, your banking account numbers, your social security numbers, your date of birth, where you live, do not give it to them. So let's talk about some ways to protect yourself from internet scams and scammers in general. Always beware of anybody asking for money. That's number one. Avoid sending money or providing credit card details, online account details, or copies of personal documents to anyone you don't know or trust. Be extremely alert when it comes to your emails. That's probably the number one way that you'll get scammed. Avoid clicking on links or opening attachments in any suspicious email or text, and never respond to an unsolicited message or even calls that are unsolicited. Never respond to someone asking for remote access to your computer. If someone calls and claims to be from like a technology company offering to install the latest version of software for free, hang up immediately. It goes without saying, keep your phones and your computers secure. Use very, very good passwords. Avoid using Wi-Fi hotspots. They're notorious for having people, get into your phone. They're not secure, and they can get your personal information that way. So if you head out to Starbucks and you're using their Wi-Fi, you are putting yourself at risk. Avoid streaming or downloading from unknown websites. There's lots of those out there where you go to get a free download and next thing you know, you put some malware on your computer. Always resist the urge to act immediately. A lot of times these scammers will put you under pressure that needs to be done right away. That is a red flag. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. You go on some website and there's some massive discount on some product maybe you saw on Facebook. They're notorious for it. You click the link, you go to this website, you buy an item, the item never comes. Do your research. Make sure you're really buying a product from a well-known company. Look for the reviews, double check the URL. Save yourself time, money, and headache. You know the best way to protect yourself is to install cybersecurity software on all your devices. Well, I hope you got some value out of this video, or you learned a little bit of something. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It's always appreciated that you're here giving me part of your day. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, because I would love to see you here more often. My name is Lisa. This is Living with Lisa. Take care, and I hope to see you again real soon.